So the next topic is WKB approximation. This is a semi-classical approximation. We are learning the approximation methods in quantum mechanics. We know Schrodinger equations are exactly solvable only in very few cases. In all the other cases, we have to use some approximation methods, and all these approximation methods are also not common. Common approximation methods are not available. According to the situation, we have to choose the proper method. That is the idea. So WKB approximation is a very useful technique which can be applied in many one-dimensional cases where time-independent Schrodinger equation cannot be solved exactly. And this W, K, and B stands for the name of scientist. W is for Wentel, K is for Kramer, and B is for Brillouin. Sometimes J will also come before WKB, so Jeffrey. So JWKB method or WKB method. That is what we are learning now. So this is an approximation method. It's already it is their approximation method, and very useful in some of the bounded cases, and also in the case of tunneling. We can effectively apply this in case of some of the bound cases and also in the case of tunneling. Okay, so let us discuss the basics of WKB approximation. Now, consider a particle of energy E. Consider a particle of energy E, and it is moving. It is moving in a potential of potential V of x in a region where potential is experiencing. Particle is moving, let it be one-dimensionally moving, in a region of potential V of x. So V is not a constant, V is a variable. That is why it is all these are approximation methods. So V depends on x. According to x, V varies. Potential varies. Potential is not a constant. That is the where we have to use the WKB approximation. Potential is not a constant. Potential is varying. Potential means force. Force is varying or potential is varying. It is varying in space. V of x. Okay. So suppose this is the variation of V of x. Okay. So if potential is constant, we can draw it like this. This is constant potential V. This is constant potential. Okay. So this is a varying potential. Okay. And suppose the energy of the particle, total energy of the particle is E. E is in this level. Energy of the particle is in this level. So particle comes and meets the potential here. Okay. So at this point, we can divide the region. This is the region where potential is experiencing. So the region can be now divided into two regions. So this is one region and this is second region where can virtually divide the region with a dashed line. So what is the speciality of first region? In the first region, energy of the particle is greater than V of x. So this is the V of x. Okay, I am simply drawing a approximate potential. It's a varying potential, space varying potential. So in the first region, this region on the left side of this point, E is greater than V of x. Is that clear? So let us discuss first that condition. E is greater than V of x. Okay. Actually, this point is known as the other region is second region. In the second region, you can see that energy is less than potential. E is less than potential. So potential is greater there. Okay. So this point is actually known as turning point. Why it is called turning point? Because this is according to classical mechanics. This particle, moving particle, cannot enter the region 2. The particle has to go back. Particle comes from the left side, reaches the turning point and moves. It has to move back classically. There is particle cannot enter into this region, second region, or we call it as forbidden region. Or we say that is non-classical region, forbidden region or quantum region. Only quantum mechanics gives solution for the presence of particle in this region, second region. Classical mechanics does not allow the existence of particle in the second region. So that is forbidden region or non-classical region or quantum region is the second region. So first region is known as classical region. So this side, left side is known as classical region. This is known as non-classical region. And the point is known as point where E equal to V. What is the speciality of this point? At this point, E becomes almost equal to V. That point is known as turning point. So we have learned the three new concepts. One is turning point. What is turning point? E equal to V of x. Then classical region, that is E greater than V of x. Then non-classical region, that is E less than V of x. I think that is clear. Is the idea clear? Now let us go back to the case of classical region. First case, first region, where E greater than V of x. That is classically everything is known in that region. Actually, this WKB approximation is also known as semi-classical approach, semi-classical approximation, because we use many results from classical ideas and many results from quantum ideas also. So that is known as semi-classical approach. So in this region, there is no need of applying any quantum mechanics. Classically, everything is clear. Quantum mechanically also we can analyze that region. So in this region, what is the solution? Wave function. Solution is the wave function. The wave function is the wave function are the plane waves. In the classical region, this is a free region. Particle is free in this region because potential is very less. It cannot influence the particle too much. So particle is almost like free particles, or you can represent it by plane waves. So psi of x, you can write it as a into e to the power of, it's a complex plane waves plus or minus ikx. This is the solution, plus or minus ikx. Okay, where k is root of 2m into e minus v divided by h cross. I will show you how this will be obtained. I will soon after I will show how this is obtained. Okay, so this is the solution according to quantum mechanics. Also, solution is this one: psi of x equal to a into e to the power of plus or minus I k x, complex plane waves or a sinusoidal waves. Okay, and what is this plus and minus shows? Okay, so plus symbol shows, plus sign shows, what is minus sign shows? I have already told you that this is the classical region where particle is coming from left to right and it reaches the turning point, and classically it has to turn back. So we need a solution for the in the plus x direction, also in the minus x direction. Reflecting solution also we needed. So incident solution, reflected solution, both should exist in this region. So that you can correlate with the plus and minus. So plus sign shows incident particles, okay, and the minus sign shows reflected particles. So this is from left to right, or this is right to left. Is that clear? So why we are taking plus and minus? So plus and minus together we are taking because that is the general solution. General solution is a combination of linear combination of both. So we have to take plus and minus. So actually this can be written as psi of x can be written as, this is actually a into e to the power of I theta, that is a into, you can expand it using the trigonometric functions, cos kx plus or minus I sin kx, means cosine and combination of cosine and sine plus and minus. So we can generally say this is oscillatory. The sine and cosine we usually call it as oscillatory solutions. Okay, so this is, so these are the oscillatory nature. So what is the when the oscillations are there? So what is the lambda? Lambda is the wavelength of one particle, one wavelength, and this is the amplitude of the wave. So these are the two characteristics: lambda, frequency or lambda, then amplitude, then phase also will come. So this a and lambda are lambda, you can write it as, actually what is lambda? This is from classical idea. We have k equal to wave vector k equal to 2 pi by lambda. So that shows, implies lambda equal to 2 pi by k. This is some classical idea where k is the wave vector, and let a is the amplitude of the wave. Amplitude of the wave. These are the some characteristics of the waves. Okay, is that idea is clear? Now let us assume that the potential is slowly varying, not a very high variation like a barrier, just vertical barrier, Assume that potential is slowly varying. V of x is slowly varying. Assume that. Assume potential is slowly varying. Actually, it is compared with the wavelength. Okay, for several wavelength, potential is constant, or if there are large number of waves you are considering, it is varying. Potential is varying, means amplitude is varying. Okay, so it is compared to this lambda, but let us assume that compared to lambda. So let us assume that potential is slowly varying compared to lambda wavelength. So we can, this is the idea for many wavelength. If you consider many lambdas, okay, so that is a region. You consider many lambda. We know this lambda is very small in quantum mechanics, de Broglie wavelength. Lambda is very small. So if you consider many lambda, that is a region. So in that region, V of x is almost constant because lambda is very small. So we can safely assume that V of x is constant. Okay. But slowly varying, that is idea. Very slowly varying. Then also we can assume that psi of x is sinusoidal. Whenever the potential is also varying slowly, we can assume that psi of x has the same form as before, sinusoidal. But this lambda as well as a amplitude, wavelength as well as lambda are slowly varying with the x. Lambda is slowly varying. When potential is slowly varying with respect to x, this lambda is also slowly varying. Amplitude is also slowly varying. That is naturally you can expect. So you can represent it actually lambda is also a function of x. A is also a function of x. Lambda is also a function of x. Lambda is varying. It is like this one. I can, if you want, I can draw like this. For many wavelength, see, I have reduced the amplitude here. Now I have to draw waves, but with varying lambda. So here I am drawing it almost same lambda, and then finally I can slowly vary it. See, both comes here. A is also slowly varying, lambda is also slowly varying. Okay. So the solution, this is the basic idea of WKB approximation. Lambda and amplitude slowly varying. So the solution depends on x. X dependent solution comes. So we can say that the solution wave function, solution means the wave function. Wave function depends on x. X dependence. Into actually in two ways. Okay. One is in lambda and another is in amplitude. Okay, so gradual variation of A and lambda means gradual variation of amplitude and wavelength. Okay, so these are the some of the preliminary ideas. Now you consider the second case where E is less than V of x. Okay, then also we can assume that V of x is initially assume that V of x is V is a constant. Then what is the solution, nature of solution? When E less than V of x, we are going to the forbidden region or non-classical region. The solution is, what is the nature of solution? In classical region, it was oscillatory. In non-classical region, solution is, anybody? You studied all this in BSc level. That is why I am asking. Nobody responding? Anybody? Please. Are you hearing? Are you hearing me?
Yes,
Hello?
sir.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Kelkam.
So
Yes, sir. Audible.
the non-classical region is
And
exponential. Classical region it is oscillatory. Non-classical region solution is exponential. Okay, it will fastly decay. Hope you remember what you studied in BSc level. This is the idea. All ideas explained in the BSc level. Okay, so you can write the wave function as psi of x equal to a into e to the power of plus or minus. There also you need two plus and minus. Then you can write kappa x. Okay, e to the power of plus or minus kappa x, where kappa is root of 2m into, earlier it was e minus v, now this becomes v minus e divided by h cross. Okay, and you take the I here, complex I. Actually equation is e minus v itself, but you take that minus to the from inside the root to the outside, so that become, you can put an I here. Okay, so here also we have the same arguments as before for the solution. If now you consider v of x as variable, slowly varying. V of x is slowly varying compared to, here there is no lambda, so lambda is there, but is very high, very large lambda. So we say it is slowly varying compared to 1 by this kappa. Okay. So here also solution is when in the you are going to the exponential region or the non-classical region. So solution is exponential. A and this kappa, they are slowly varying with the x. A and kappa. So we don't say lambda here. Lambda is in the oscillatory region. So this is just exponential. Exponential, you know, how exponential is varying, either like this or like this. This is exponentially increasing, this is exponentially decreasing. So actually a very large lambda is there, but we prefer kappa. Instead of lambda, we will say compare to this constant k, constant kappa. Okay. Now, question is, so everything is clear in the two regions, first region and second region, and actually where this solution becomes fail. So that is the question, where the solution fails. There comes the importance of WKB approximation. Okay. So for that, you consider the region near the turning point. So consider the region where E is approximately equal to V of x. E and V are same. Okay. So that point is known as classical turning point. Okay. Hope you have, there is a very famous book by one of the physicists which is known as Turning Point. Who is the author of that book? Can anybody say? Anybody say the author of the book? No, absent. Who is absent? Only 11%. Navya, രണ്ട് നവ്യുണ്ട്, നേന, റീബ, സ്നേഹ, ഡോണ ഇല്ല അല്ലെ?
അഞ്ജുന്റെ വീട്ടിൽ എന്തോ ഫംഗ്ഷൻ.
ആരാ?
അഞ്ജു.
അഞ്ജു മറ്റു ചാലക്കുടി. ഓക്കെ. ദെൻ ഡോണ ഇല്ല.
അഞ്ജുന്റെ വീട്ടില് ഫംഗ്ഷൻ, ഒരു ഫംഗ്ഷൻ നടക്കും.
പിന്നെ ആരൊക്കെ? അഞ്ജു, ഡോണി, പിന്നെ ഒരാളും കൂടി ഇല്ലേ? ഒരാളും കൂടി ഇല്ലേ?
അശ്വിനി ജോയിൻ ചെയ്തിട്ടില്ല.
Ashwini, okay. So sorry, all these are recording, so I will call this later. So this is the turning point. Take the case of turning point. Actually here the solution has little problem. Okay. So problem is that the lambda here, lambda the means the de Broglie wavelength, or 1 by kappa. Lambda means in the classical region, 1 by kappa is in the non-classical region. This one go to or tends to infinity. That is the problem. Near the turning point, the lambda goes to very high value because V of x is not slowly varying. Okay. So that is the problem. At the very near to the turning point, all the problem comes. The particle or the solution in classical region away from the turning point, we can have the solution, no problem for the solution. In the non-classical region also, away from the turning point, we have no problem in solution. But in that region, so this is the region. This is the region where turning point. So near to the turning point, in that region, Actually, the solutions in the two regions should match at the boundaries too, because we know the solution should be continuous. Quantum mechanics gives some solution in this region, non-classical region. Okay. So this is oscillatory solution, exponential solution. This has to be matched at the boundaries. But at the boundaries, we cannot say that potential is very slowly varying compared to lambda. So at the turning point, we have to properly handle the situation. Okay, that is the idea of WKB approximation. We have to find the solution in this region, first region, away from the classical turning point. We have to again find the solution in the second region, again away from the turning point. Then you have to match the solutions at the turning points. That is the main idea of WKB approximation. Very useful technique. So with that, you can have many applications too. Now again come back to the classical region. Classical region means E greater than V of x. That is a classical region. E greater than V of x. Now let us see solve the Schrodinger equation, see what happens. So Schrodinger equation is minus h cross square by 2m d square psi by dx square plus V of x psi equal to E psi. This is our usual one-dimensional Schrodinger equation, and we have substituted V as V of x. Okay, V depends on x. This is a variable, not a constant. V is a function of x. Usually we take in the time independent or not time independent. In many cases, you take V as constant. So easy to solve, not much problem. Here V is a variable. That is the main thing we have to take care. V is a function of x. Okay. Now this can be written as, let this one go to the other side. So minus h cross square by 2m d square psi by dx square equal to E minus V of x into psi. So let this one go to the other side. So d square psi by dx square equal to minus 2m by h cross square into E minus V of x into psi. Okay. So this can be written as minus, what is this 2m into E minus V of x? That is actually what you have written here. It is p square, or call this one as 2m into E minus V of x, call it as p square. That is what I have written earlier. See, this root of 2m into E minus V, that is actually h cross k. H cross k is nothing but p. So p square is 2m into E minus V. So here also, but here you can, problem is that here you have to call it as not constant p, it is p of x. Okay. So actually this 2m into E minus V of x, you can call it as p of x. Not a constant p. Momentum is not constant. Okay. So minus is here, then h cross square is here, then psi is here. So where p of x, so this is equation number 1. So P, where P of x equal to 2m into E minus V of x. Question number 2, why P depends on x? Because V depends on x. This x dependence actually comes to the momentum too. So de Broglie momentum is a variable, not a constant. Okay, so this is a same as classical formula, but only problem is dependence on x. Only difference is dependence on x. V of, here it is V of x, here it is P of x. Okay. So these are the ideas in the classical region. Nothing is unclear. Everything is clear. Now take the case of E equal to E greater than V of x. Apply that condition. When E is greater than V of x, this is a positive quantity. Positive means P of x is a real quantity. P of x is a real quantity. Okay. So when the momentum is real, that means in the classical